Welcome back. You're watching Newslink with me, Eropwa Madzena. And it's the end of the year. Many are looking forward to the break. With that comes spending, those with big checks, of course. Now, the question becomes an issue of where, how, and really the platforms that entrepreneurs can benefit from all the spending. My entrepreneurship guest today is Hetty The Entrepreneur, and she's a modernization guru who helps individuals and entrepreneurs to monetize and grow in digital spaces. Hetty, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I mean, it's a lovely platform, the social media platforms that exist and that have grown over the last 2 years, particularly with the pandemic. But as an entrepreneur, how do you actually navigate this space?
Well, one of the first things that I advise absolutely every single entrepreneur is take social media seriously. It is a business tool. So when an entrepreneur treats it haphazardly, they're actually doing their business a disservice. Their customers, their clientele exist in the online space. So when you use it as a business tool, it's a wonderful opportunity to actually make money. And that's what all of us want this festive season.
Money, exactly. Listen, let's talk about the platforms. How do you as an entrepreneur know what platforms are the right ones for your business? Because surely different businesses would need a different audience. So you'd need to be able to curate the platforms that you want to use.
Absolutely. So the first thing you want to think about is, who am I looking to speak to? Who am I targeting? If I'm targeting a younger, hipper audience, then TikTok is definitely the place to go. But if you know that you have got items that are visually appealing, then Instagram is fantastic because that can become your business's catalog. If you're looking to build a community where there's engagement and conversation, then Facebook is definitely the place to go. So your primary platform is determined by who you are looking to engage and have a conversation with.
Let's talk about you for a second. Why was this an avenue you thought to get into, consulting and engaging entrepreneurs and corporates on using these platforms as a way to grow and develop their businesses?
For me, social media has absolutely changed my life. I confess I'm obsessed with it. I started out in the banking industry, and through using social media for my business, I was able to leave my corporate job. And I realized that there are so many opportunities out there that people just do not know what to do. And that's how our monetization agency came about, helping entrepreneurs, personal brands, and corporates navigate the online space so that they can actually monetize within that space.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was not the easiest of feats for you, because we assume with social media everything is easy, it's just a post or whatever it may be, and the money will start to stream in. What were some of the challenges that you faced as an organization in growing not only your brand, but making sure that you're making the most of these platforms and understanding them as well?
Absolutely. So one thing about social media is that you have to understand the algorithm. You have to understand what are the different strategies that you need to use to turn your audience into buyers. You need to have conversion strategies. So one of the biggest challenges is helping our audience to understand that there is strategy behind all of the different monetization engagements to make sure that your business is profitable online. It's not enough to just put a post. There's so many other elements that we do as an agency to help our clients to be profitable.
Now, anyone who is on social media, you being a self-confessed addict would probably know this, there is a lot of noise on the different platforms, and it's difficult for us as consumers to be able to curate all of the things that we see and be attracted to one specific entrepreneurial offering or whatever it may be. How important is your branding and marketing on this platform so that you are able to stick out?
Exceptionally important. In fact, it's one of the beginning points when we do a monetization strategy. Who are you? Who are you looking to talk to? How do you want to make yourself stand apart from everybody else and the noise? So we really need to ensure that we curate all of our businesses, personal brands and corporates to be able to stand out from the noise so that their ideal audience can see them, spot them and buy from them.
Yeah. What about your journey over the years? personal challenges that you have had, whether they be external, internal. Sometimes we doubt ourselves. It's very encouraging that you were able to leave a comfortable 9-to-5 job to focus specifically on this. But over the years, how has the journey been for you?
I would honestly say the biggest challenge in my journey is helping individuals understand, what does a monetization expert do? People understand social media managers, they understand digital marketing, but what we do is actually specialized in that we take all of those different specialities together, but we ensure that our strategies lead to you actually making money. So being the #1 monetization expert in South Africa means that I have to educate my audience on what monetization actually means.
Yeah, I mean, that's very important. And did you ever find yourself in circumstances where people just weren't getting this idea and they just weren't understanding, and maybe you got to a point and you looked at yourself and you thought, maybe I need to get on another avenue?
To be honest, I'm so passionate about this. That's why I'm Hetty the Entrepreneur. I exist for the entrepreneur. And initially, there were some people that just didn't quite get it. But when you keep persevering and when you continue to be resilient, we end up having so many case studies and testimonials of individuals and corporates that we've helped to monetize. And as a result, our track record has now begun to speak for itself.
Yeah. Talk to me about opportunities that you've been able to create. And I ask this question because it's so important to realize that entrepreneurs are simply the biggest employer in the country at the moment, with all the challenges that we face, right? So the opportunities that you've been able to create for your team, its growth, and really just uplifting young people with learning the skill of monetization and using online platforms to do so.
So we recently celebrated a client of ours who I'm super, super proud of. She's a coach that exists in the online space, wasn't getting people to really convert and buy into their products. We literally just celebrated her making the R1 million turnover mark.
Wow.
From being completely discouraged to actually post online. So I would honestly say also to anybody that's watching this, really and truly, the online space is a business tool. Don't give up because your clients are there. It's the great equalizer. It's so much cheaper than putting up a billboard
That's
outside.
what I wanted to ask. In terms of advertising and marketing, we're stuck on this idea of traditional platforms like the billboards and advert in our favorite magazine or whatever it may be. The online space is actually quite far-reaching beyond South Africa's borders, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. In fact, our agency has a presence in Asia, and we are really able to grow. And what we found is that in 2020, corporate spend on advertising shifted to majority being in the digital space. That means that they're seeing that digital is the way to go.
Yeah. And then a final thought from you, Hetty. Anyone watching this, they might want to become an entrepreneur, or they are one already, but they're struggling to get by. Even if it's not in your space in particular, what kind of advice would you give to that person, just given the journey that you've been on over the last few years?
The biggest advice that I would honestly give is really think about who you are following in the online space. You want to be following individuals that are going to motivate you, that are going to educate you. On my social media platforms, I give tons of free information and content to help you grow your business, to have sales and marketing and monetization strategies. These are the pages you should be following so that you are constantly fueling your brain with the knowledge that you need to grow your business.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And you are the last entrepreneur for the year, so I thank you for gracing us in studio this Sunday morning. That is Hetty the Entrepreneur, talking to us about how you can use different tools on social media platforms, choosing the right ones, of course, to grow, develop, and of course make an impact through your business.